Hello students, today I am going to describe before all of you the lesson of indigo. Class 12th student, this lesson indigo is in your syllabus and this is your fifth lesson from flamingo, and this lesson indigo has been written by Swedish writer Louis Fischer, and this lesson indigo is excerpt from the book The Life of Mahatma Gandhi, written by Louis Fischer, who was completely affected by the Mahatma Gandhi due to his adventurous activities. This lesson indigo shows the predicament and pitiful condition of Indian people, Indian society, Indian sharecroppers before the freedom of India, that is during the reign of English people, English rule in India. This whole lesson shows how the Indian people, Indian farmer, Indian sharecroppers were crushed by English people, particularly those English people who were landlord at that time, and these Indian farmers were tenant on their lands एज शेयर क्रॉपर मीन्स होता है फसल का कुछ हिस्सा बटाई में देना। जैसे आप 1 बीघे की खेती किए, उसमें 10 क्विंटल अनाज हुआ तो उसमें से कुछ परसेंट 50%, 40% या जितना आपके पिस तय होता है 90% जितना भी हो आपको दे देना होता है। देने के बाद जो बचा वो आपका होगा। दिस इज कॉल्ड शेयर क्रॉपर, वर्क ऑफ शेयर क्रॉपर, एंड दिस इज द शेयर क्रॉपर्स. So how those sharecroppers were being crushed, exploited by those in English landlords. All these conditions have been described here in this lesson, has been shown in this lesson, and also this lesson shows how the great Indian leader, that is the nation of father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, fought the civil disobedience and overcame this civil disobedience movement first time in India in 1917. Actually, a story starts with the interview between Louis Fischer as a journalist, magazine writer, एंड महात्मा गांधी एज अ इंटरव्यू, मीन्स इंटरव्यू देने वाले महात्मा गांधी थे और इंटरव्यू लेने वाले लुइस फिशर थे, जो कि एक जर्नलिस्ट, एक मैगजीन राइटर के रूप में वहां गए थे टू टेक इंटरव्यू ऑफ द महात्मा गांधी. एंड ड्यूरिंग इंटरव्यू लुइस फिशर puts up a question before Mahatma Gandhi, and that question was how the departure of Britishers from India back to their country urged in the heart, in the mind of the Mahatma Gandhi. उन्होंने पूछा कि महात्मा गांधी जी, आपके दिमाग में ब्रिटिशर्स को वापस भेजने का विचार, उनके खिलाफ खड़ा होने का विचार कहाँ से आया? From where it arose, from where it came? Then Mahatma Gandhi starts to reply that this urge, this desire to send back to the English people from India to make liberate, to bring freedom in India, came in his mind in 1917. And how this idea came in 1917? For this purpose, Mahatma Gandhi starts a story related to this 1970, which had happened, means this story had happened before 1970, that is in 1916, beginning of the 1916 up to the last of the 1916 and near about the 1917. And then he starts then in 1916. Mahatma Gandhi was busy in Lucknow कांग्रेस कन्वेंशन, कांग्रेस की एक सभा चली थी, उसमें वो बिजी थे in 1916. And that meanwhile, on during that busy time, a tenant sharecropper bataidar reached there to tell the predicament, pitiful condition, disappointed condition of the Indian sharecroppers, Indian farmers to the Gandhi and other prominent persons. Now Gandhiji was busy there, so he could not meet with him, but waited till his freedom, till his release or till his vacant, उनके खाली होने तक he waited. And when he became vacant, he became free from the convention meeting. Then this person met with Gandhi and described the whole predicament of the Indian society, Indian farmers in Champaran, and exploitation by the English landlords of those Indian sharecroppers in Champaran. And his name was Rajkumar Shukla. Now during conversation, Gandhiji found that this person is illiterate, means Rajkumar Shukla is illiterate, yet firm determined, resolute person. Resolute means firm determined, that pratigya person, to stand against the English landlords in the favor of Indian sharecroppers. And he was representing there before Gandhi the whole Indian sharecroppers, predicament of Indian sharecroppers. He was seeming same like other Indian farmers, Indian people exploited in pitiful, deenheen, miserable condition. And when he met with Gandhiji, he explained the whole condition, how they were being exploited, how they had to pay as a 50% rent their crop as being a sharecropper to the landlords for indigo. All these were explained by that person to the Gandhiji. Now Gandhiji has had other appointments in different places in India also. See, he informed him to come after that particular time, gave some time to come and to meet with him, and then both would go to the Champaran. But this Rajkumar Shukla did not release him, did not give up his company. He followed wherever Gandhi went, and ultimately one day again begged before Gandhi to come to Champaran. Then Gandhi, being impressed by his resolute decision, resolute aim, gave him time that on this day, 15th April, I think, there, I will be there. Gandhi said that he would be there in Calcutta. He had a lot of appointment in Calcutta and other related concerned areas. So he would be there, and after being free from there Calcutta, he would departure to the Champaran. So he advised Rajkumar Shukla to meet at Calcutta. Rajkumar Shukla agreed, went back, months passed, समय बीता, and ultimately that appointed day and date came. Rajkumar Shukla waited on the station till his arrival. Gandhi came there. Rajkumar Shukla met with other persons also. Gandhi completed his task, whatever was there in Calcutta and for what purpose he was there, went there. And after completion of task, both, that Shukla and Gandhi, departed to the Patna by boarding a train. And when they reached at Patna, this person Shukla took him to a home of a famous lawyer named Rajendra Prasad. This Rajendra Prasad lawyer was the same person who became the first president of India after the freedom of India. So Rajkumar Shukla carried Gandhi to the home of Rajendra Prasad, and there Gandhi waited for Rajendra Prasad. Rajendra Prasad described something was there, whatever is, and after that Gandhi wrote a letter to a professor, Kripalani and Malkani, and he stayed there. They tried to get. He met with Kripalani at the ashram of Rabindranath Tagore. So, due to familiar with each other, he wrote a letter to Kripalani to know the whole facts. And after that, he wrote a letter to the Kripalani also, who was the professor at that time in university. And they harbored him, which gave shelter Gandhi at their home. And Gandhi says that was to give shelter to Gandhi was the most adventurous and bold task from the side of those professors, because at that time during the rule of English people, if any person tagged for home rule, he was announced as the terrorist, as the criminal, and any person if harbored or supported anyhow that criminal, he was also punished. And more than this, being a governmental person, being government teacher for both of them, it was most difficult task to harbor, to give support, to give shelter in their home to Gandhi, but they did so. So Gandhi said or says that was the most adventurous and powerful bold task from the side of them to give the shelter to that Gandhi. After that, passing some days, receiving some information about Champaran and farmers of Champaran, again Gandhi departed to Muzaffarpur, which was or now till near to the Champaran district. He went there and collected whatever Rajkumar Shukla could not give him, means whatever information exactly could not be given by Shukla, Gandhi tried to collect all those informations by going there with the help of other persons. And in doing so, Gandhi succeeded. And then he went to Champaran. There he tried to meet with the Landlord Association, British Landlord Association, and tried to get some information from there related to rules and other rules related to sharecropping and other rules, but he was not given any information, and he was rejected by saying an outsider. And in reverse, Gandhi replied that he was not an outsider and became back. After that, he met with a commissioner of police of the Champaran. They also, that person bullies him, means shows power, threatens to Gandhi and orders to leave the Champaran to go back. But Gandhi says that he would not leave. And after that, on the back of elephant, Gandhi reached exactly to Champaran, where one person was maltreated by the English landlord. He was going there to observe, to find out the whole result, what was going on. And during the going, means in the path of that travel, SP, Superintendent of Police Messenger, interrupt him and said to go back. And Gandhi said that he would not go back. Then a notice was served to Gandhi to be present in a court. Gandhi received notice and signed on notice that he would not leave the Tirhat, Champaran, and more than this, he would disobey the orders of civil authorities. And thus Gandhi started the civil disobedient movement, Savinay Avagya Andolan. And for this purpose, he had to present in court. He became present there before the judge, magistrate, and before magistrate, Gandhi pleaded guilty, means accepted guilty, that yes, he had disobeyed, but he gave reason that his purpose was not to disobey, to break the law, but his purpose is to do something good for these poor sharecroppers, these exploited people. He said he was not against the authorities, but he was in conflict of his duties. अपने कर्तव्य में द्वंद्व में फंसा कि उसे अथॉरिटीज की मानना चाहिए या अपने इंडियन शेयर क्रॉपर्स की हेल्प करनी चाहिए. And then what happened? Case proceeded against him. And when Gandhi went into the court, reaching in campus of court, he found that many people, huge crowd was there outside of the court. And having seen such a huge crowd first time, the English authorities also got baffled. वे भी हतप्रभ रह गए. And to restrict, to control this crowd, Britishers had to take help from the Gandhi, and Gandhi supported them. And after that, case was heard. It was decided finally that the Gandhi would decide what relief would be there. Gandhi demanded for 50%, though landlords were fearing that he would not be agree less than the return of complete money which was taken by the sharecroppers. But Gandhi demanded for 50%, and ultimately 25% was to be returned to the sharecroppers, and Gandhi agreed for this without any opposition. And he said by coming out that His purpose was not to get the whole money returned back, but his purpose was to make stand this Indian people, to make free them from their fear. And after that he announced that they would not go to court, but they would start the civil disobedience, because in such situation when Indian people are fearing in such way, crushed by fear against those landlords, then to go to court was not useful, was a type of wild goose chase. So he would start disobedience so that the fear would remove from their heart, and they would become a bold person. Indian would become a bold person, and Gandhi did so. Consequence result came in favor of Gandhi, and Indian people they became bold. When Gandhi was in court, lawyers who were collected there in favor of Gandhi, for support of Gandhi, they asked with Gandhi that if he would imprisoned or sentenced to imprison, then what would they do? They would return back. Other liars and people would return back, because if there would be no leader, then how could they proceed towards further? Then Gandhi said, then what would be of sharecroppers, poor sharecroppers and peasants who are here? Gandhi said, I would go jail for the poor peasants. Then those persons, Rajendra Prasad and other advocates, whoever there, they they thought among themselves that if the Gandhi, who is totally strange, unknown for the peasants, he was ready to go jail for them, then it was their duty, means other liars' duty, being a neighbor, residents of neighborhood districts, to support those poor Champaran peasants. So they followed Gandhi to jail. Gandhi prepared a list how to fulfill the court and jail to make arrest self. But Gandhi was released without bail. And finally, the whole 25% of money was returned to the sharecroppers. Civil disobedience overcame first time in India, and thus from here Gandhi said that the idea to make departure those Britishers came in his mind in 1970, because civil disobedience first time was won in 1917, I think April, etc. So this idea came in his mind from there. Now sharecroppers were free. The British landlords became ready to give up the lands of those sharecroppers. British landlords departed from Champaran. Champaran became free. Sharecroppers were free. But the situation that is related to cultural and social was very filthy, very backward in the Champaran. So Gandhi decided to teach Champaran people to cleanliness, hygiene, sanitization, to make them educate and other facilities. And for this purpose, he made a team of volunteers, of lawyers, of teachers and others. His wife Kasturbai also was there to teach cleanliness, etc. 6 schools were opened there in Champaran, and thus Champaran started to footstep towards the civilization, towards the education, towards the cleanliness. And after that, Gandhi says that Champaran movement, civil disobedience movement, was the turning point in his life, because from there he decided to make away Britishers from India. he followed he was followed by many people in freedom, Indian independence, and thus he made India free. So this Indigo chapter is the excerpt from the long book, The Life Story of the Mahatma Gandhi, written by Louis Fisher, Swedish writer. And this is the whole summary of this lesson. Thank you, class 12th.